Hey, thanks for coming back to the Pipe Cat channel. Larry here. I've got a product that I would like to review for you. One that surprised the hell out of me. Now, what I'm going to use to do the product review is this guitar that you see me holding. This came from Sean over at Scarred Guitars, Scar My Guitar YouTube channel. I watched him do basically a makeover of this guitar. He got it in a pawn shop. It is probably not a Gibson. We think that it's a Chibson. But I have honestly seen some custom shop Gibsons that kind of look like this. The color I'm in love with. I don't care if it's a Chibson or not. I paid the right price for it. Sean was fair about that. And he put some great work in it. So, I was happy to purchase it at all with the work that went into it. It's got a couple of little, negligible, tiny little things about it that I don't particularly care for. But that's not the point of this video. I otherwise love the thing. It plays great. It sounds great. Look at that color. Where are you going to see another Les Paul that looks like that? I had never. That's why I purchased it. I've seen some of a certain series. There's a dark something or other series that Gibson was doing that sort of had colors something like this. But this is, we're pretty sure it's a Chibson. So I'm not going to call it a Gibson, but I'll tell you what. I've got Gibson guitars. This thing is at least as good as my Gibson. It is at least as good as my Gibson 2004 Studio Les Paul vintage mahogany worn brown. So that's a monster guitar, and I play out with that one. This one I haven't played out with yet, but I fully intend to. But I'm going to do our product demo with this guitar today. What I'm going to demonstrate for you and review for you today is from Hotone Company, Hotone. I, in my career, have called that Hotone, a hot one. I've never known what to call that, a Hotone. But I think lately the pronunciation convention these days has been Hotone. So I'm going to call it a Hotone. It is a Hotone Nano Legacy 5-watt micro amplifier head. It's an amp head. A literal self-powered amp head, that you could hold in the palm of your hand. And this one is called the Captain Sunset version. If I'm not mistaken, I think this is supposed to be emulating a Soldano combo. There are some things that it can't do that I would hope, that I would have preferred that it could do. But what it can do is so amazing that I have to share this with you. So stand by. I'm going to do that review right now. Here you go. This is my brand new, from Temu, mind you, Captain Sunset Nano Legacy Series amplifier head, 5-watt solid state from Hotone. And I'm going to take you right through. So I've got my Les Paul plugged in and ready to go. Now this little head has got some it's got some little habits that I'm not too fond of, but for what you get though, this was a $54 investment. $54, 54. Got it from Temu. I don't even think they charged me shipping for this. It came within about a week. I got it within about a week. And I've only had it for a couple of days and have not had much time to actually mess with it. But this afternoon I did. And I was dying to get my camera in front of this thing. So let's start. I'm gonna just kind of run through this amp and look at the size of it. Okay. Hotone. Here's one of the little habits that it's got that I don't particularly care for, and it happens when you turn it on. Does this. Boom. Makes a big pop. Now, I've got my guitar in there. I've got all the knobs turned up. I am on the bridge position pickup. This is me in the open air. As you can see, there's no volume yet. Watch. This is what it sounds like with all the controls down. There is no reverb, mind you. No effects, just basically your volume and your gain. And then 3 bands of EQ. You've got bass, mid, and treble. You've got your gain, and you've got your volume. This is just the volume. This is what it sounds like with all the controls off. On volume, what's that, maybe 2 or 3? Turn it up a little. All right, let's give it some stuff. Let's turn the EQs up. I'm gonna put the bass on noon. Let's noon everything. That's what I like to do when we're first reviewing something. Here's habit number 2 that it has that I'm not too big about. Ground noise. This thing makes a lot of ground noise. I don't have enough fluorescent lights on in the house to be making that happen. And it does go away when I touch the bridge. Here's my finger on the bridge. Here's my finger off. On, off. That's a little noisy, but if you're playing it and you're holding it in your hand, it's not going to make that noise. And the noise is affected by the EQs when you move them around. So let's see what we get. We give it a little bit of gain. In fact, I got to turn that volume down for my neighbors call the cops on me. This little sucker is loud. 5 watts of solid state power, and it kicks ass. I'll keep that volume down like that. About number 1 crunch. How's that? How's that? No reverb or anything. And, no additional effects. No, I could probably put a noise gate in line with this or something like that. But now watch. Here's what the EQ can do. Rolling the bass out. Rolling the bass out. Rolling it back in. It's got some pretty fat bass, I'll tell you. I don't know how well my phone is picking it up. Now, the mid. Let's see how active that is. Listen to that compression, squelch. Wide open. I like it rolled a little bit out. Treble. Let's roll it out. And let's roll it back in. That's knife edge treble. I might like it right about there. This is kind of where I like this amp to be. Look at where the gain is. That's the gain. That's what I like for gain. Sorry, you know me, my playing. So, let's turn the volume down. And let's see what happens when you crank the gain. Man. Nooned gain. I mean, it's feedback and all kinds of Soldano stuff. But I don't like that much gain. Right about there, but watch this. Let's go from metal. Push that up. Roll that all the way out. Give that a little. Check this out. It can chug. It can chug even more than that. I mean, this thing screams. Oh man, too much for me. Too much for old Larry. I like it back there. Kind of about like that. 'Cause I just like classic rock. Kept you waiting there too long. Kind of a metal version of Badfinger. And if I roll the volume out on the guitar a little bit, yeah, hear the noise, hear the ground noise? That's a little crazy. And I've fully grounded. I've got a good plug and everything. It's got its own little power supply, and you would think that would be accounted for. Let's try different pickups. This is you've been hearing the bridge position. This is the middle. Sorry, my hands are so tired from moving stuff today. And here's the the neck. Back to the bridge. Okay, let me show you now what the amp cannot do. I'm going to roll that all the way off. Took the gain right out. I'm going to put this on. I'm going to put this on the neck pickup, where you like to get that clean something. The most this will give you for clean is that broken. See, can't get much clean out of that. You can take some of the EQ out. Give it some volume. If you want clean, you gotta roll your guitar out. Get out of here, Marshall. Get out. Got a cat trying to get up on the table. If everything falls apart, you'll know who did it. So it's hard to get clean. I'm going to the middle pickup. But notice the noise still there. Changing the pickups. I'm switching between the pickups. The noise doesn't change at all. That noise is just there. It's in the amp. Other reviewers have noted it as well. I'm going to keep this one short. That was all I wanted to show you. This is the Hotone Nano Legacy Captain Sunset 5-watt solid-state guitar head. You know, I mean, this thing, look, it is cute, and it is goddamn loud. Let me tell you, man, if I wanted to crank that, you know, just the right amount of distortion and set that EQ just right and turn that volume all the way up, those 5 watts would get me evicted. I mean, it's crazy loud for such a tiny amp. This is the back of our little Hotone Captain Sunset. And take a look. It's got some stuff. Nice line out if you want to use it. Or headphones. One or the other. Aux in if you want to jam along with your favorite Taylor Swift or marching band sound. You've got an effects send and return, which is pretty good. An effects loop in something this tiny. And of course your speaker out. And look, it'll handle 4 to 16 ohms. The Laney is 8 ohms. So that's my little review on the Hotone 5-watt Nano Legacy amplifier. Again, you know, like I said, solid state. Got it from Temu. $54. Took about a week to get here. It does come with a power supply. That it does. I was a little concerned that they didn't mention it when I bought it, but it actually did. So I'm very happy with it. I wish I could contain that noise that it makes. That ground noise is terrible. And you can ground it out temporarily by holding the guitar, but, you know, the minute you take your hands off it, you've got to drop your volumes on the guitar or it's just going to sound like that. It's terrible. So loud. By the way, I neglected to mention that the cabinet that I used for this little demonstration is this right here. This is a 2x12 Laney Cub cab. It's got 2 Laney HH 12-inch drivers in it. The cab overall is 8 ohms. And it's great for demoing stuff. And, yeah, and that, our little Hotone amp there, liked it very much, actually. I'm in the process of repurposing my office back here to a music room. And all I've done so far is basically just get my desk and phones and stuff like that out of here, and just brought in a lot of music stuff. A little seismic cab right there. I bought that cab empty, and I put a Jensen 4-ohm 12-inch speaker in that, and the Laney 212 Cub cab, and my little Hotone, and my Lane 1Q tobacco. Got a lot of stuff kicking around here. Pictures of former kitties, Sweet Pea, and Junie. I don't have a picture of Benny in here. Actually, I've got a painting that was done of Benny. Right there. When we were the Four Musketeers, on Sweet Pea's face is all reflected out. But anyway. Yep, and if you're wondering what I do with most of my time, I am usually conditioning guitars in an endless rotation, because by the time I set one up, enough time is gone so that I have to start at the beginning of my list again. And this is about half of what I've got. Including this sweet little monster right here. That's a, I made that myself. That's a fretless bass. Fretless P bass configuration. That's a weird sounding thing, but it's cool. Oh yeah, we got Ibanez, Firefly, we've got Dean back there, we've got Squire, we've got Fender, we've got Leo James, Donner, we got Samick up there, we got, yeah, just a lot of different stuff. And in the closet in the living room, there's about this much again, and then in various rehearsal rooms across America. Yeah. I wanted to thank you once again for coming to the Pipecat channel and checking out the content. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please consider subbing the channel and giving the video a like. I do not monetize my channel, but I do like to see the subs. It lets me know that people are enjoying the content, and that's really all I'm about. So be watching pretty soon, because I'm going to review another teeny tiny little amp head. This one's a little bit different, and I think you're going to love that. So hopefully we'll see you soon. If I don't see you before Christmas time or whatever holiday you do celebrate, or even if you don't celebrate, have an enjoyable time, and I will see you again shortly. Take care of yourself.